Hello, hello. Start in a second. This Windows looks funny. Ah, it just the front panel. No, let me know which one is better. For getting feedback, yes. This sync offset doesn't seem to do anything. Okay. Starting my Labview NG web development. Okay. Well, yeah, we're using the noise removal. Seem to work well. And eye contact. Oops. Yeah, I'm just following my eyes. It's still trying to correct. Yeah, it's roughly at the end of my screen. And this is me actually looking at the camera. So, and now I'm looking at my eyes. And where it will start flicking up and down. I'm not moving my eyes, just looking at my own face. Yeah, it's working okay. Moving side to side. Yeah, I have a really wide screen. Yeah, it looks really weird when I was trying to connect my eyes here. Let's do all this window from here. Alright, so it's doing the same thing. Yeah, I'm looking at my own face and it's trying to correct. It keeps moving my eyes left and right. And here it will not correct. Once it's able to detect my eyes, it will start correcting them up and down. And when in the middle of the screen, yeah, it's doing something with the, yeah. So there's eye detection and then correction, making the eye contact. Anyway, I can review it as well. There's a few other videos, but yeah, now I also realized it's trying to correct when looking at the edge of the screen or not. Yeah, like now. Yeah, configure. So last time we were making this new web application. It's using this API. It's also hosted on bionicast.com. You can actually use it yourself. All the APIs are available like that. You want to create your own user interface. And this one, change the amplitude as the electric voltage. Randomized. Yeah, this one wasn't sure. It's 300 samples is giving you this one QRS complex. Um, yes, it's all beta released, work in progress. Make it maximum for this one. Yeah, this one's a bit delayed. Right, so that's electric voltage. That's the maximum for this. It's 10,000, so that's okay. Right. Um, so electric voltage. I think it should be 0 by default. Right. Made a mistake. So if it is, then this is 0, so it should all be the same amplitude. Or not. Huh? It was like, uh, electric voltage. Yes, all these variables should send a get command to fetch the data using this API. So it's called simulate ECG signal, and it has this default values: amplitude of 1, ISO electric voltage of 0, number of samples is 1000. Oh, 6. Is it doing that? Default should be 600. Go figure. let's open the API itself. And Biomedical test 2, simulate ECG. Right, this is what the original looks like. And this is some heavy example. There is like Labview EG. Download. It's from 2012. A different type of ECG simulator. And this guy actually, this is a third party. One sec. It's so much. Yeah, the other ECG example, it's not actually telling where the data is from. Yeah, there's another one here. If it's for testing that circuit, that's handy. So it's looking at the response. So that's a very handy thing. Should do a full video on this. But in the meantime, mention it in the live stream, which will remain a video anyway. So, but unscripted. By the way, I don't script anything. At most, I record twice or 3 times at most, and then it's out because I found it's not getting any better when scripting or keep recording forever. Anyhow, just leave those aside for the moment. I just wanted to put the link to this, but there's none. It's not available. The only thing I can examples ECG. Simulator and generator. No. Right, so we will have a detector, a QRS detector. There's even an example like this where a ECG was recorded from a pregnant mother, and then it actually extracts the fetal ECG. So it's recorded from abdominal and thorax, and then I guess the abdominal is being subtracted. In this case, you see both. This would be just of the mother, and that's when one of the fetal is being extracted. So you can see it's over there, the lower ECG. This is quite handy. But why never have a proper reference, like where the data is from and things like that? FIR, coefficients. I have to look into this some more. An adaptive filter. Yeah, I'll keep it. I think that could be quite useful. I actually find. Ah, right now I remember. It was in one of the QRS complex detection. Yes, it would be something like this. It was actually a different one. Right, this one is using that single pre-recorded signal. That's what I have in the other example as well. But was another detector. This one. Right, this is handy as well. And show context help. there's no much explanation. I'm mainly after the source of this data. It's just a quick example. Anyhow, in this case, so we have amplitude as electric voltage, number of symbols, the signal type, and it's not limited. This separate. I know it is the same. So PQRS delay. Wait, signal type. Yeah. Then we have QRS delay and QRST delay and white noise amplitude and 50 Hertz noise amplitude. And we have BM and BPM noise. Right? And BP. And we have the signal as output. Ideally, not ideally, even better. Should be fairly. I will try it next. Different SG component, different waveforms. Yeah, so we want the like similar to that other example where you have a different feature in the QRS complex, a different waveform, so they can be plotted in different colors. Might could use some more cleaning up. But this error in could just come from there. Publish this again. Do that quickly. Changing the API online. Pretty good. Doesn't like any gaps in the names. Getting an error. Like not like certain characters in the name. I feel like it's such a waste of time. Yeah, right, now it's successful. Close that. Oh, that's much longer. Right. So we had numbers, and we have all this. Arrest delay. Get rid of that. We'll confirm all these numbers from literature again. Labview didn't give any references. PQS delay MS milliseconds. Copy up that. Is bit Here's delay from 0 to 40. 0 to 40. 12, 1. 21. Default value. 21. Is I think 21. The values to default. White noise amplitude from 0 to 1. White noise amplitude. Is 0 default to 1. Wait, this should be station level. Be number. Front. Yeah. It should. Hi, Greg. Hello, hello. I can bring you live if you like as well. Should have the university. Yes, this is Labview. I normally have a Zoom link for. I actually haven't tried this before to bring someone live into the stream. It could be first. Um, yeah, testing a lot. This will be the next tool somewhere on the main page. We used to have an EEG generator, but with no backend. This will be an ECG one. I managed to get the noise down. be updating on all of those. Right. That's setting white noise. And obviously should be default 0, minimum 0, maximum interval should be 0.1 or something. This, yes, it is a double. Just should be able to. Right. Yes. So was it not displaying the decimal point? Weird. Is a floating point? Right. Digits. I'd have 2 digits and make it was it 0.01? Right. Give me some sort of reset button. But yeah, I'll just add this zoom thing just in case. Oops, messed up my OBS. And got how to use zoom. Thanks. This right. So that should be this zoom. If yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I can. So this is my. Hey, hello, Craig. Can you hear me both? All right. Um, I'll just change the micro and this one. I don't know. I can show it in as my streaming to OBS or something. Because I can start virtual camera, so you should see. I don't know if you can see. I'll just get rid of my OBS. I tried it with myself before. It worked okay. So now, like, I don't know. Are you live in my thing? Oh, right. So on YouTube, I have a minimal delay in the stream, but there's still a delay. So probably if you turn the YouTube sound off, it should be better for you. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I'm sharing my camera onto, yeah, you can just stream a virtual camera onto Zoom, which is handy. It was actually better than sharing a screen as well. Actually. So I actually haven't tried. You're the first person I'm bringing live like this. Yeah, and I can hear. I have like sound also coming through. I only recently figured out in OBS that you can actually control like the feedback. But then this thinking offset doesn't work because there's still like a microsecond delay for my own feedback. But yeah, still playing with this. But seem to work. And you have a green screen behind you, or right? Yeah, this is, I still have the university's account, this one. But no, but I mean, you have a green screen as well as um using the Zoom background removal? Right. Ah, yeah, I don't know how it works when you're using both of them, because through your headphones I can see like a line of something. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So you actually have a green screen behind you? Right. How does it, how do I just, oh, right. Oh, yes, I can see, right, that's the chair. Yeah, 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 right. But also you need a green chair. Right, right, right. So have you tested like what the difference, like as a Zoom background removal and with the actual green screen? Oh, yeah, yeah. But the headphones are actually better now. Like I don't see. Ah, no, I still there. Right, right. That's fine. Right, right. Yeah, yeah. I should try just bringing the Zoom screen into OBS as a separate window, because at the moment it's just. But how do? Ah, yeah, yeah. Hello, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I also said if I'm having enough viewers and stuff, if someone asking for it, I also have like EEG recording equipment. So I was having that as a separate window as well. With now it won't work. Have to set it up. Yeah. Right. Well, yeah. I just felt, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the pro. Yeah, for doing a lot of this type of work, sometimes because actually patients then asking for it because they don't want to stay in the hospital for too long. So they just okay, can you get this whatever you need, and let me go. Uh, right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's fine because I can't watch my own, if I'm bleeding or something, I can't watch it. But if someone else, I don't know if it's some sort of psycho thing, but I don't mind seeing it. That's crazy. Yeah. Currently, yeah, just adding this stuff onto the website, onto bionicchaos.com. So just dumping a lot of stuff added at the moment. Mostly stuff that I did on other data sets in the past. These are open. Oh, this is just synthetic data. This ECG thing is just synthetic data. All the EEG is from studies that were conducted like or back in 2013, so 10 years ago. So all data is just available in the public domain. So I guess if I'm using the data, I have to also make it publicly available. Yeah, Yeah, it's good because you get access to like it's a really high quality EEG. This one, this it was a neuro. What's the device was called Neurovista. Um, it was like 8 electrodes on each hemisphere in implant. So just sitting on the surface of the brain, just on the cortex. So you get really high quality EEG. Yeah, intracranial, just on the. There was like different arrangements. The clean that I was looking at is actually from dogs with epilepsy, and yeah, you get this textbook like seizures from because the signal is the signal to noise ratio is really low, and they have consistent types of seizures. Was yeah, but this same device, there's also data available from human patients as well, and it's also in the public domain somewhere. But some of it is being segmented. The dog data is continuous, so I chose to look at that like larger file segments, raw data. Yes, so yeah, Labview went through National Instruments. They split the software into. They continued Labview and created what's called the Labview NXG, and it's meant to be this easier stuff. They spent a lot of time on it. They added all this uh, web development, but then they ditched it. So now, yeah, that's why my backend is in actual Labview, and the HTML is generated by this G web development, but it's quite limited. I'm having trouble at the moment with security stuff, which I don't care about, but people freak out when the site is not secure. Well, right, except that this data is in the public domain, everything, even if this human data is obviously de-identified and it's all the studies that are. So NIH eventually, realized that they give a lot of money to, research groups and then the results cannot be reproduced. So now they want, everything open. So not just papers, but all the algorithm and the data. So that's where I, can then get it for other purposes as well. Yeah, it's under a lot of most of it is under Creative Commons with attribution. Yeah, yeah, and attribution is funny because it's not clear if you like because there is the website that's hosting it and making it available, but then there's also the original. mm, But then there will be hundreds of entities. Some of these studies you never know. And the company doesn't exist anymore. Neurovista went. So they had this device for epilepsy patients to give indications of how likely are they to have a seizure, but it's only worked in. They did a trial back in Melbourne and St Vincent's Hospital back in 2013, but it was inconclusive results. So it's only worked for less than half of the patients. So it became non-viable, even though the data is great, the device is great, but the company is not there anymore. So right. They call it premonition, or do you also call it like a right? But some, yeah, in literature it's sometimes called. Is it like what they call auras sometimes? Yeah. So do you get the what is it, smell or just feel it, right? And do right, well, right. And have you ever tried measuring the fall? You mentioned false positives. Did you actually? That's very scientific. No, oops. Now you'll tell me that your friend became a professor. All right. Well, yeah, medicine is not science, is it? Right, 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 right. Yeah, I should put your screen up here because I think with that I used that Nvidia the screen correction thing, and it's I know if I'm looking down at the bottom of the screen, it keeps flicking my eyes up and down, even though I'm not moving them like this. Yes, if it's so I'm just looking at my own face and it keeps flicking. So I need to look. If I look above the center of the screen, then it's actually correcting it. Okay, so this is where I'm actually looking. And it's really bizarre. If the camera goes out of focus or something, you can see my eyes being like overlaid. So you can see here, here's my eye. Yeah, I can. I was doing also the funny things. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. Side to side is a whole different ball game that they couldn't get right. Ah, right. Yeah, I don't know what they do. Yeah, obviously you can blink with it, but yeah, when I blink, it loses the because it loses the eyes, so it doesn't know what to do with them anymore, and doesn't work with one eye. And yeah, it's crazy. And lighting matters a lot. Yeah, I did a YouTube video on this, and it got a lot of views. And I thought people will then, go and watch other videos as well, but no, they didn't. Yeah, yeah, that's a lot for me. That's over what period of time? Right. But that's over. So I'd say just published a short yesterday, and oh yeah. So it seemed to say with shorts now. Yeah, the algorithm is just crazy. It seemed to be like promoting it instantaneously, and then you get a lot of. I got like 80 views in like 10 minutes or something, and then it will stop and then start again promoting it again. So it's doing all sorts of crazy things. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I'm trying to. Oh yeah, great. Yeah, that's the idea. I think you said in one of yours in your early live streams, I watched one or two. You said, you build it, they come kind of thing. But then, yeah, I saw those. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's chicken and egg. But yeah, I just yesterday learned that the live streams, like whoever is watching it during the live stream, doesn't actually go towards your, the KPI. If you're doing it, if you're aiming for the monetization thing. But then if you leave them, then yeah. So I'm making those like 3 hour streams, but then I shorten them to like 5 minutes or so. Yeah, just because you can see in my audio, like most of the time I just ramble. But then there will be like 5 minutes or something where, something proper or, you know, yeah. I no, there's no one there at the moment. I don't think, yeah, the YouTube analytics, like while streaming, was so distracting, and sometimes it will be wrong as well. So it will actually, someone would actually join, but it wouldn't show, like it will stop, the live update. It's like, so now I'm just using the OBS because you have the live chat, but someone actually needs to uh, engage for you to see it. Yeah, that's just the API, the YouTube API. What? Say what? I I set the delay to be minimal, and it's actually only, yeah, it's like a second, under a second or so. All right, right. Yeah, the default option is much longer. Yeah, right. Oh yeah, so now I actually do have the, if I, whoop. Oh, where is it? No, no, I thought, uh, right, this window is, yeah, I'm getting confused with which screen is which. Where is it? Oh, crazy. Anyway, never. Ah, I think it just keeps changing as well, so you can't even. By the time I'll figure out what it does, it will change 10 times. Yeah, right. Yeah, now that window is working, but if I is that's the window on OBS. Yes, I can put it. I don't know, where do you normally put it? I think if you minimize it, then it goes. Oop. Yeah, the zoom window is funny. It's, right. Well, now I think, yeah, it should have the win. Oh, in Zoom it's actually reversed. Do you see it? My screen in reverse or something? Mirrored. Oh, it's weird. On it's my left hand, and the writing behind me is reversed. I think for you on Zoom, but on YouTube it should be okay. Ah, it's really weird. Because for me here it seems reversed, but oh, it's crazy. All right. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. I haven't tried this one before. Yeah. So if I do, but your window is not transparent. I no, don't know. Yeah, because the zoom window is funny. I should just be able to extract just your yeah, instead of having the whole thing. Yeah. Well, yeah, if yes, but then for some reason I still see it. But wait, I need the window. Should be another zoom window, isn't it? I don't see the minimized version of it. Oh, but why is it distorted, like low quality? Yeah, now Oops. No, it was better before because now it's like minimized on my screen. No, yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Well, yeah, this is my first time just trying it out, but yeah, obviously needs more uh, tuning and yeah, and maybe zoom. You have done it in Zoom before, haven't you? Right. So yeah, well, I mean, you could do it via OBS. I could just bring the Zoom screen. Right. Yeah. So if you're doing like an interview sign, you just do that. Yeah. Got it. Right. Got it. Right. Yeah. And you plan to do it some more because of YouTube or because of right. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's same for like editing. That's why I started doing the live streams because making a video takes me like 4 hours anyway. So might as well just uh, yeah, it's the logistics. Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. Right. Yeah, I saw some of yeah, yeah. But it's amazing what people will watch. I mean, yeah, if you're just coding, I mean, it's better than watching someone playing a game or something. It's people will watch gamers just hours and hours, and I've just put it like talk back radio or something. Just put it in the background. Yeah, but it's good. Yeah, right. Yeah. He actually tried the live stream on LinkedIn, and it was much more successful in terms of how many people joined in. But then it's just so cumbersome as opposed to YouTube. Even finding how to start live streams just takes whatever 20 clicks instead of just two on YouTube. Yeah, yeah. But say with you doing your work in development work, if I put this as put that video just playing and I'm doing my stuff, it feels as if like I'm working, as if we're sitting in an office or something, next to each other and working on different, computers. So it could be kind of another use case for it. Yeah, that's the thing. So, for example, you were talking a lot about Kaggle and stuff. So there's this competitions, yeah, but some of them are set up in a way that you never hear about it again. So the competition have started, there's 10 teams, doing the same thing, but you only hear about them, once essentially the competition ends. Yeah. Ah, right. Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah. 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 Yeah, there was this epilepsy competitions, and now in the past you would just submit the table, your results. But now again, they want all the algorithm, the data, and you want the algorithm to run on Keras or something. So it's always, executable, and so you can't say, oh no, it's that module is not running anymore. It has to be up and running essentially all the time. Ah, yeah, 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 nice. Right. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I enrolled in one and I could do it in Matlab, but they wanted again to do it all in Python and Keras and what's not, and just couldn't even get it, to run in the time the competition was running for. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what I thought that's what most of them are doing on a Kaggle. Yeah. Ah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, no, this guy's now running a competition. It's actually this a wearable. which I actually have like an older version of. This was worn by epilepsy patients. So this Empatica watch, I don't know if you heard about it. Used actually for design originally for epilepsy patients. I think it was actually made in Italy originally, but now in yeah, this one actually says Italy. I think the more recent version is made in the US somewhere or something. The company is in the US. But so they released all this data from patients who live and implant epilepsy patients. But the data was only from the smartwatch, not the actual EEG. Yeah, if it was EEG. But that's how they managed to label. The labels should be very accurate because they have the implant recording EEG long term. Yeah. So the competition is actually running at the moment. It meant to finish like last month, but they extended it for another month. So it's still up and running. So yeah, one of those things they just it started. I don't even know how many groups are competing. And yeah, I'm enrolled as well, but I did it. I did some of it in Matlab, but they want it all. Yeah, as you say, they want all the script and everything up and running in the public domain. So that's yeah. Uh, yeah, I could get the data and everything into Matlab, so that they want to run it on their own GPU, which is this, yeah. So it has to be actually older Python. And yeah. Oh no, they want you to publish it. They want it to be running in the public domain, but just in a very specific shape and form. You, right, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So it is on my, yeah, yeah. So I got the data. I did some processing for it, some analysis, but just plotting and stuff. And yeah, so it's all in Matlab. It's on my website. Yeah, I should put it on GitHub as well. Yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Even though the competition, there's some quite a lot of prize money to it, but yeah, just submitting it is a pain. So is that's a Matlab MathWorks as well as yeah. So it's actually similar to Labview kind of thing, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I remember the old. Do you remember Taka Davis? They they had like amplifiers in this lab gear, and they had a language similar to LabVIEW as well. I don't know where it is now. Probably uh, nowhere to be found. Yeah, LabVIEW was yeah this fact that you cannot zoom in and out of LabVIEW windows, but obviously someone at NI was annoyed by it as well. So when designing this new uh, the next generation thing, which now got discontinued, they do allow you to zoom in and out. Whereas it was like a legacy thing in Labview that you like this is the original Labview. You cannot zoom in and out. I mean, you can bring a bigger screen or change your resolution on the screen. But the idea was that you're not meant to go, beyond your screen size so it doesn't turn into, well, it's spaghetti already, but you know, but yeah. So yeah, this one allows you just to generate the HTML and everything. And I mean, the JavaScript should be in it. I don't know. It's just giving you all the files so you can host them anywhere you like. Yeah, in theory, this one gives you the HTML and the back panel. which in this case just calling API, doing a GET request. This one should have the JavaScript uh, generated out of this. In Matlab, I can just have a window opening with Python, code in it, and then have so just a, square with inputs, outputs, and then, use Labview in and out, and then just code in the middle. But yeah, Labview, they do claim that they have a native integration with Matlab and Python, but uh yeah, don't like there's implementation issues. So it works in Labview. So for example, if I have a Matlab box, I can just have a Matlab script running in here and save with Python. So I can type my Matlab in there. It works. It's actually calling a Matlab, so Matlab has to be running. But then I'm trying to say turn it into API. It then stop like wouldn't even produce proper error messages. It will just not work. So this one, if you have any of these equations. So for example, in this example, there's this bit that's just generating white noise, but then it's one sample of white noise. So why not just generate like a random number? I don't know. Someone did it. I have to change it. So they're generating like one sample of white noise, which is just random number. So if you're using these equations, then there's a whole set of dependencies that So ideally it will be just more native. If you're using all this array size without like native Labview functions, then you can convert them into C or anything else. So they're pretty good that way. They have their own C compiler as well. Yeah. Yeah, so this one is just calling this API on the same site um, and unflattening from JSON file into this graph. So those are, and yes, this is running on a bionichaos.com. And I haven't tried how many, how many people it can actually, uh, hold at once because it's all on my gaming PC, all the server. So I'm trying to limit like all these numbers, like the window size will actually be limited to 10 in this case. Because if I go hundreds, I will start hearing my CPU and GPU going. Well, the GPU if I'm running locally or CPU if. But I do want to move some things onto the GPU as well. Because when I'm not using it, then it will, if someone accessing the website, then it will use the GPU resources as well for processing. Well, for displaying the data on the website. Yeah. No, I was just trying to think about how. Yeah. Yeah. Eventually, yeah. Yeah. It's always, yeah. You always the last mile problem, and then yeah. So it's easier to begin with, but then you spend a lot of time fixing some obscure problem. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, I'm doing those regularly. Or if you want to do something on your channel, I think you can stream onto. You could have streamed this onto your channel as well. That's great. Poof, poof. Yeah, that's when I'm editing. videos. Sometimes in the live stream, I'll just say, "Oh, this previous live stream, I have to like, did a mistake." So I'll go. So then in the live stream, I'm editing a live stream that happened prior. So it's like, I'm pretty sure you said through Zoom you can just stream out, right? Oh, can't you just do it with any? Wait, so you can't just be- yeah, Zoom is funny. Ah, yeah. That's what makes it, authentic, right? Yeah. Yeah, you need to look like, long hair and beard. Otherwise, otherwise, then I know you've been doing too much businessy stuff. True, true. Wow. Cool, cool. Yeah, thanks for joining in. Thank you. See you soon. Thanks. That was a good surprise to have a chat with Craig. Go check his YouTube channel as well. I'll put up a link